Cult Classic Society, the podcast where I, Tim Martini, and my pal Bobby Davis,
What up?
we go through the movies, the TV shows, the games, the albums, the comic books apparently.
We can do. There was never no rule against comic books.
It was never discussed.
Oh, I want to add some more comic books. I don't know if have you read the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
You read the original Mask?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it! They're like the only ones I've read.
Gonna put on a lot of Spider-Man now.
I have read some Spider-Man.
We go through all that because we love it and we want to talk about it. But before we go into today's episode, how are you doing, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I recently saw Groundhog Day the musical.
How was that?
Really fucking good. Like, unexpectedly good. Well, no, that's not fair. So, we saw Big the musical sometime pre-COVID. It was fucking dreadful. But Groundhog Day the musical is written by Tim Minchin.
Yes, I've noticed that on the poster.
I love Tim Minchin. He did lyrics for Matilda the musical.
Yes.
But he wrote all of the music for this, and it's incredible. I assume you've seen Groundhog Day the movie.
Yes.
We're going to cover that at some point, irrespective of whether it's in my top 5 favourite non-franchise films of all time. I love that movie. But yeah, really good. Really recommend it. If you're in London, I think it's going back to New York soon as well. See it. See Groundhog Day the musical. Really well done. Really beautiful. And clever lyrics because it's Tim Minchin.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
There's some more pop culture for you all. Musicals. Have some musicals.
Have some musicals. I have a musical we can watch another time.
Oh, I actually don't really love musicals. My wife does. But
For a podcast, you have to.
yeah, musicals I like. I like Back to the Future the musical, which I saw fairly recently too. That is actually very entertaining. Not musically not amazing, but entertaining. I really enjoyed Groundhog Day. Hamilton's okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very good to watch live, especially the first time.
Yes.
Then after that, my wife listens to it a lot, and I'm like, I don't really want to listen to it on record. Come From Away, really good.
I've heard good things about it.
Oh, that's on Disney. We could do that.
Is that on Disney?
I believe it's Disney. It might be on Prime. It's on one of them.
Okay.
We could do Come From Away. I'd be up for Come From Away. I might get my wife to do a special guest note because she loves musicals. She seems to go to a musical every week. And my ultimate favourite musical, and bearing in mind I don't love them, is Book of Mormon.
I mean, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's so good.
I mean, I want us to do the Heathers musical.
Okay, Katie's seen that. I haven't.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But we're not talking about Heathers today. No. Because we are starting a little mini-series of mine. We're going to go over the Evil Dead franchise.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to start off with the one, the only, the Evil Dead. When I asked you to start this series, you said you only knew one thing about this, and that it was Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I know that dude.
Yes.
That over-actor.
He's a B-movie actor, and he's amazing.
He's proud of it.
He's proud of it. He knows where his bread's buttered.
I've got one question for you, because you didn't mention it in the list at the end of the last show. Is Ash versus the Evil Dead, is that part of this?
Yes, but that is a TV show.
Okay.
So that is going to be covered at a later point. I want to go over the movies.
When I used to work in a media outlet, I remember seeing that and I was like, is this to do with the Evil Dead? Or I've got no idea.
It's a sequel
now,
series.
Seeing that Bruce Campbell's character in this is called Ash,
Yes.
I assumed it was.
Yes, it is him.
Yeah, okay.
But did you know that this was directed by Sam Raimi?
I did not.
Sam Raimi of Spider-Man
Although,
fame.
when you see Spider-Man 3, it all makes sense.
This is any Spider-Man movie, to be honest. But, so, fun facts about this movie. They originally made a 30-minute short film called Within the Woods.
Okay.
Literally shot on 8mm film.
Mm-hmm.
And they used this to pitch it all the way around to different studios. Finally got picked up. It was originally going to be called The Book of the Dead.
Okay.
They got told to change it because general audiences might think they'd have to read.
Oh, God, yeah. People don't like reading.
So they settled on The Evil Dead.
Yeah, okay.
And just as we're about to get straight to this, the movie just gets straight into it with the opening titles.
Yes, it does, yeah. Can I say one thing about the opening of the movie?
Yes.
This looks like some 80s Doctor Who ass shit.
There's a reason it looks so cheap. Sam Raimi shot this on a box of scraps in a dream. And I will tell you the budget of this.
And after watching Doctor Who for hours, right? Because it feels so much like old Doctor Who.
I will tell you the budget of this movie once we get to the end, because you'll be amazed.
That's $17, isn't it?
You would believe so. So one of my favourite is the first shot is the demon POV.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want
That's the bit that I thought looked like Doctor Who.
Do you want to know how they shot that? They literally just mounted it onto a 2x4 piece of wood, and it was held by 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mate, you got to do these things on a budget sometimes.
exactly. And it was just one on each side to stabilize the camera, but it doesn't really work, does it?
No, it's so wobbly as hell.
But I like that because as a demon POV, it just gives this unsettling edge to it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you follow any of those Instagram accounts that are like, this is how you take a picture like or a video like this? It's just like someone like throwing a camera in a certain way or like on a frisbee or something weird.
Yeah. So the demon tracks, and we go to the car full of victims. Let's just say they're gonna be victims.
The first thing I said is, that girl who's singing is probably gonna die.
Do you know any of the characters' names apart from Ash?
No, so right. They don't actually mention them early on.
No.
So I call them this girl, that girl, and then later on, when I've picked up the name, my notes will then...
Yes, they
catch up.
clarify. Yeah, because that was the problem with this movie. Because
They don't mention the names till way too late.
and they don't mention one of the key relationships of the characters.
Yeah, brother and sister.
Yeah.
Right? That's not mentioned till like the last 3 minutes.
Exactly.
And also the couples aren't really that defined.
No. For all you know, they're all just friends.
Yeah, that's what it seems like in the car.
Yeah.
And also, the guy's shit at reading the map.
Yeah, they
Is it
are.
Ash who's reading the map? Right?
Ash is reading the
Ash
map.
is shit at reading the map.
And what's funny, because the demon possesses the car and almost gets them like to crash into the truck.
Yeah.
That shouldn't work, okay? Because I'm already getting my Evil Dead nerd out, but they haven't read the book yet, so the demon should have no power.
That is true. That is true. I hadn't even considered that. You're the geek here, though.
But so they pass 2 people on the road, Sam Raimi and Rob Tappert, the producer
Oh,
of
is
the
that who
movie.
that
Yeah,
is?
Sam Raimi's the little hunch guy.
Oh yeah.
And the car they're driving is called the Classic. That's actually Sam Raimi's car.
Isn't it the one that Uncle Ben drives in Spider-Man?
Yes, he uses it in almost all of his movies.
I knew I noticed it.
Yeah.
And it was like, why do I notice that? And the second you said Sam Raimi, my brain went, that car later, that's his
Yeah,
from Spider-Man.
it's his car, and he's used it in every movie. And it's to the point that Bruce Campbell, in his autobiography, he said, I've tried to get that car destroyed, but it's indestructible.
Like, old American engineering is weirdly strong.
Yeah.
Man. So, like, in Back to the Future, where Doc says, Marty's like, we'll crush his car. He's like, Doc's like, you ain't gonna crush that car.
So, as they're going over the bridge, it already starts to break.
The bridge is fucked, is my note. And then also, why are people in horror movies so dumb?
My favourite thing is the tracking shot above them as the car is slowly moving towards the the cabin. Branches are hitting the camera.
Yeah.
It's like it's really good because it makes it seem like, is that the demon just following them,
Yeah, like
or is that just
making its way through the trees.
yeah, or is that actually just bad camera? Well, I say bad camera. It's intentional stuff.
Is it intentional? Or did they say that after?
Well, I think it's like they knew they couldn't get around it, so let's go fuck it.
Is it Tommy Wiseau saying, yes, enjoy my dark comedy?
No. So they get to the cabin. It looks fucked already.
It's a shithole.
It's a shithole. And
When they say, oh, it could be nice, it's not nice.
and then there's this little chair swinging by itself.
One of the best moments in this is when 4 of them stand by the car and just stare while Ash goes up, and they're like,
No, it's Scott.
oh, Scott, sorry. One of them goes up, and then the rest of them, they don't even, their expression doesn't change either. It's like they've taken a photograph and they keep going back to the photo.
And then literally as Scott reaches to turn the key in the lock, the swing just stops, and they just don't react to that. They go, oh,
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I guess we can go in.
The shed that Scott then goes to find is creepy as fuck, man. All the
it looks
skulls
horrifying.
And bones, yeah.
And then there's the clock just ticking like very loudly.
The fact that when she's drawing the clock, then she gets possessed.
Yes.
And she doesn't immediately want to fucking leave.
I know. I was going to say, though, it's very impressive how she's drawing that, because the intensity she's
Oh,
stabbing the page.
the actress is doing a great job with that. The character is a moron.
Yes.
Leave.
But again, at the same time, how is she already possessed?
Yeah.
They haven't read the book. They haven't read the incantation.
Also, that notepad is fucked.
Yes. And also, that is Cheryl, who is Ash's sister,
Yes.
which they do not mention the fucking time. I did not realise that until my 3rd watch through.
Yeah, she mentions it right at the end, and I think I've got a note saying, they're fucking siblings, what?
Yeah.
So I wrote here Necronomicon.
Yes.
That's the Book of the Dead, right?
Yes.
That's not what they call it.
No.
They call it something else.
Demora de Montu,
Yeah.
which is translated to Book of the Dead. So the Necronomicon name of it, that comes up in Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I've never watched Evil Dead, but I know that the Evil Dead franchise isn't the only one to use the Book of the Dead, because it's a established...
Yes, established term.
Yeah.
So they don't use it officially until Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
And obviously, Necronomicon, that's my tattoo.
Yes, yes. I was looking at that while we were setting the mics back up for this recording. It's like, yeah, he's got a tattoo of that book. I knew you had a tattoo of the book. I didn't know if it was the one from the Evil Dead 1, or did they redo it? Or
they redo it in Evil Dead 2.
That's the version.
This is it's much more updated.
It's also bigger than like A5, because that's what it is in the fucking film. It's like so small.
Yeah, it's bigger.
If I want a Book of the Dead, I want it to be at least A4.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, I was going to mention Evil Dead 2 episode, but fuck, I can mention now. I have the prop of the Evil Dead 2 version.
Of course you do. It's probably on a stand, isn't it?
No, it's not on a stand. And actually, they have the drawings that they have in the book in the replica version of it as well.
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
It was a limited edition run of it they did, and I picked up immediately.
How much was it?
£80.
That's not bad, actually. I thought you were going to say like 400.
Oh, no. God, no.
How can Cheryl just go on and eat dinner?
I was going to say, like, I just love the fact that the cellar door is talking.
Come down here.
And the dinner they're having just looks terrible.
Up until this point, apart from Cheryl with the book, I want to say this, the acting has been shit.
Again, they're just all friends, just having fun. Sam literally just coerced all his friends to come and make a movie. Yeah,
it feels very much like when you was at college or uni and there was a guy who could act a little bit, so he got cast in everything. They all are like that guy.
Yeah, because let's just say, Bruce Campbell and Sam, best friends. They've been best friends since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, like, in a lot of Sam's early, like, high school films, Bruce is in them as the lead actor.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So, like, they're, like, tight.
The acting reminds me of early Doctor Who as well.
Yeah.
And I have a buddy who I used to work with in the media outlet called Sheldon, and he loves early Doctor Who. And I'm like, it's fucking awful though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, when you go and watch 2005 Revival Who, and then go back and try and watch the old stuff, fuck me, it's unwatchable.
It is. So, but fun fact, because he's not Ash in this movie. He's Ashley.
Yes, although he does get called Ash a couple of times, does he not?
Yeah, but that's like more shorthand.
Yeah.
He is nothing like he will become in the later movies.
Yeah, I'm sure on the cover for Ash vs. Evil Dead on the thing, he's like buff, and he's got like
We will see the growth
in
the second movie like immediately. So then the cellar door just by itself just opens.
So Scotty goes down, and all I've said is he's got to jump out on whoever follows him.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, and of course it was Ashley who goes after him.
Yeah.
And that's what. Damn, Scott's a dick.
Yes, Scotty's a dick. I swear if there's ever a guy called Scott in a movie, he's a dick.
Yeah.
And in South Park, Scott's a dick. No, oh yeah, him too. But there's a guy when they go to Canada, everyone in Canada knows him called Scott. And they're like, Scott's a dick.
So they go down to the basement where
there's leaking pipes, man. There's a drainage problem. That's going to smell.
Yeah, the gunk is just dripping from it. So there's a Hills Have Eyes poster in there.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so, fun fact, Wes Craven saw that and was so, like, honoured by that, he put footage of The Evil Dead in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that's cool.
We will follow that up in Evil Dead 2.
Okay, excellent news. I said here there's a really super, like, A-level project close-up here of the door handle.
Yeah.
That's A-level as fuck, man.
So what I love is that they find a shotgun and Scotty just points it at Ash's face.
I cannot believe he does that. This fucking guy, man. This is why I've written here, like, the book is so small, I expected it to be at least A4.
Yeah. I just put, the book is so ugly, and I love it.
Well, it should be. It's the Book of the Dead.
Yeah. And then there's the Kandarian dagger, which is, like, just plot convenience.
Yeah, the one that, like, bleeds the blood through the head, right?
Yeah, and it has the skull on top. And Ashley's just obsessed with the book, like, immediately. Just starts reading it.
And those, like, 90s cheesy quick zooms they do.
Yeah.
Onto the book. And
So there's a bit where, like, it's one of the girls saying to Scotty, it's like, yeah, the book is ugly, just like you. Goes, yeah, just like me. I'm going to break your face. The switch up is terrifying.
At this point, I genuinely thought he was going to be, like, I didn't realise the book was going to possess them.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought he'd brought everyone up there to fucking kill them. Like, I thought this was all set up by him.
Yeah. No, he just screams psychopath to me.
Yeah.
So then Ashley decides, I'm going to play the tape recording.
Oh, so they get a tape recorder from that basement room, didn't they, from the cellar? And they bring it up. Yeah.
So
some posh dude talking about some ruins.
Yes. So fun fact about this scene. So the original script for this scene said that the characters were all smoking weed when first listening to the tape. The actors decided to do this for real.
Fair.
The entire scene had to be reshot because their behaviour was, quote, uncontrollable.
Is that footage out there? Can you see?
No,
Oh, that's a shame.
unfortunately.
I want to see that. I want to see that take. I want to see the weed cut.
Release the kush cut.
The kush cut. Yeah. I'm all about that. That's great. I want to see that.
So Linda just gets freaked out by the recording. And then... So what Ash decided to do is just fast forward straight to the incantation.
Which reminded me of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Kalima.
In this, it's just going, Kanda.
Yeah.
Kanda. And then the trees break in. And that scares Cheryl off.
He's like being a total douche and won't turn off the fucking...
Scotty won't turn it off. And like that scares Cheryl, and Ash like, yeah, you're being kind of a dick. Ash pretends to be asleep so Linda can steal the necklace from his hand.
Oh, yes. And he's hiding something in the blue box. That scene's so weird.
It's so weird.
Why would you do that?
But my favourite is the close-up of Bruce Campbell's face.
When his eyes open and close.
You can see his thick monobrow. I was like, that's not a flattering shot. I get it was shot in like probably like 79, but
this is why he goes on to fight so many dead people. Yeah.
And as I said, the demon outside's just being a little creeper.
Yeah, just watching and waiting, biding its time.
It's going, join us.
The other thing is, I had a feeling I couldn't watch this on the tube.
Yes.
But there are parts of this that are so fucking porny. And it's just like... I said, oh no, they're kissing, they're going to die because this is a horror movie, which always happens. And then you go to the other room and it looks like they're about to fuck, and they're really going to die.
They're really going to die, yeah. So then we go into the worst scene of the movie.
Don't go outside after being possessed, by the way. You're dumb. Yeah. You're dumb. Cheryl is dumb.
She is dumb. So, this scene with the trees. Sam Raimi has apologised for this.
This is fucking awful, man.
It's disgusting.
And it's... Not only does it look like porn, so... I watched this on a break, like this scene. I watched the movie in 2 bits.
Yeah.
I've been very busy the last couple of weeks. And I had it saved on my iPad, so I at least have a decent sized screen. And I was watching it in my office. And I was watching it out loud because I haven't got a private office.
Yeah.
But there are people walking past the corridor. Fucking, it sounds like porn.
Yeah. It's disgusting in every sense of the way. Sam Raimi himself apologised for this. He said he wanted to make the most shocking movie of all time, but he said, in doing that, I went way too far.
Was brother watching hentai when he did this?
Most likely.
My nose. Oh, it's that kind of horror.
Yeah. That being said, the scene after where Cheryl's running away, her manic acting is incredible.
She does. This is the first time the acting's been good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you love this movie. This is the first... Don't get me wrong, not all the acting's been bad. Some of it's been okay. This is the first time it's been good.
Yes.
Yeah. The sound mix at the time is all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Again, shot on a box of scraps in a dream. So then
some of the sound effects are definitely missing.
Yeah. So she's like slamming on the door trying to get in. The demon is chasing her. She's trying to pull the key from above her.
I didn't think she was going to get out of the vines. I thought that's it for her.
Yeah.
And then no, she actually, yeah.
And then Ash like pulls her in and she's like, I need to leave.
I said, oh no, an almighty door, that'll stop him.
So then Ash, being the good brother he is, attempts to take her into town.
It was the woods themselves.
Yeah, but the bridge is taken out, so there is no escape.
And then obviously the car breaks down too.
Yeah. But then it cuts to Linda thinking she's psychic with Shelley. Because she's going...
That's so funny.
She's like, 3 of clubs. Yeah, totally. But then Cheryl just keeps getting them right.
What I like is, before, I think it's when it cuts back to the house, there's a cut of like an axe.
Yeah, just chopping wood.
Yeah, that's actually quite a good cut. I think that was really well done. I like that a lot. I also didn't realise they had those tiny earphones, in the early 80s that he's listening to the tape on.
I know they had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course she's the first person to be possessed. She ran outside like an idiot.
What did you think of the makeup?
I mean, it weren't as cool as Max being possessed in Stranger Things, was it? It's fucking awful. I've never done makeup now. Yeah. And I know, don't get me wrong, 80s versus 2020s.
Yeah.
I reckon I could do a better job with a YouTube tutorial now.
No offense, I like the contact look.
Like, the contacts are fine.
Yeah, like it's mirrors contact.
You can see it like moving on the face. Like it's loose. I just mind that to you. I don't know why we're trying to do it in video format.
It's a podcast. We don't do that. She's that possessed and she drops on the floor and then just stabs Linda in the fucking ankle.
Mate. The amount of blood that comes out of that girl's got no blood left.
And Bruce Campbell getting thrown into the fucking cupboard, doing that stunt himself.
He did it himself.
There are no stuntmen on this movie.
Oh, of course not. She's got super strength, man. Good.
Oh, yeah. And then, but my favourite thing is the moment she gets... So they throw Cheryl into the cellar. Her look immediately changes.
Yeah, well, she looks like a... That's not a person, right? That's a dummy.
No, that is a person. So this is the thing. So they did reshoots of this movie because they went over time. Many of the actors had to go back to their full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened was they got stand-ins. That was his brother, Ted Raimi, who does cameo in the Spider-Man movies.
That's who?
He's one of the assistants at the Daily Bugle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He has a prominent one. He's the one who goes, Dr. Octopus.
Oh, he comes up with a name.
Yeah.
Like a Hayden.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's him. So, because Sam Raimi's such a big fan of Three Stooges, he gave the stand-ins the name of Fake Shemps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of them throughout the Evil Dead movies, especially the Sam Raimi ones.
I'm going to say this. They broke the rules.
They broke the rule?
She's the only one of them who wasn't hooking up, and she goes first. That's not how this works. People having sex and kissing get killed first.
No, it's her fault for being too innocent.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The standard horror movie rule is if you have sex, you die. Like that.
Yeah. So, the contacts still wearing were apparently very painful to wear.
Oh.
They had to be taken out every 15 minutes to let the ice
man,
breathe.
It's the worst. The POV from the cellar really makes me laugh when they've chained her down there. Yeah. Hello.
The moon gets blocked out by the demon, so it's like darkness taking over.
Don't stand near the window, man. Yeah. Don't stand near the window.
Shelley is the next to get possessed.
She stood near the fucking window.
Yeah. And she's got some really strong fingernails.
Why does Scotty also put his head all the way through?
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Because she gets like thrown into the fires, but she's flaming.
Oh yeah, so she catches fire, and then the book does as well, right? Well,
no, that's later.
Book, yeah.
But
when one of them, sorry, there's another note here I've got. When one of them opens the closet, why have they got enough clothes for a fucking week? Aren't they there for the weekend?
Yeah, but they're gonna get down. They're gonna get down and messy in the cabin.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Oh.
I think one of my favorite things about it though is Cheryl, like the demon, get very excited, like she's like watching with manic glee.
Oh, she's
because one of the things about these demons, they don't really establish it until Evil Dead Rise. Shockingly, this is a demon that likes to create torment before killing. So like, it wants to make everyone feel like manic fear, and then kill them.
Oh man, this guy's a dick.
Yeah.
And this is the point where they're both fucking kicking off as well.
Yeah.
Like both demons are just like screaming.
So I have a question for you when you see multiple people be possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it as a demon in each body or the same demon taking over multiple bodies?
A demon in each one. Was what my take on this was.
I've always seen it as one demon taking over multiple bodies, just letting tiny bits of their personality come out for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Has this been established?
No, there's no rules.
I to me it sounded like multiple. I thought it was multiple.
There's no rules to how they operate, which is the fun thing about it, I find. Ashley gets thrown into another cupboard.
Yeah. And then Scott pulls out a fucking knife.
And slices Shelley's hands, so she just bites it off.
Yeah, she bites the rest of it off, doesn't she?
Yeah.
As I say, she bit off her whole fucking hand and then drinks her own blood. What a fucking disgusting
I
creep.
know. And there's just Ashley terrified standing in the corner. I was like, you are not Ash. And the scream that Shay lets out after being stabbed is fucking horrifying.
Oh, it's so grim. Can I just ask this? Why do all the severed limbs start to come?
That's what I don't know. Do you know this is never actually no wait, Evil Dead Rise. But she's still alive.
Yeah, the recording said it. They're never truly dead.
Yeah. So it's time for full body dismemberment. But my favourite thing is, so Ash, like Scotty's like to Ash, like, hit her, hit it.
Yeah.
Like he's accepted.
Stop referring to it as her.
Yeah. And then Scotty's like, I'm leaving. You can stay here with Linda if you want, but I'm leaving. I was like, you know what, Scott, you're a dick, but also I agree.
Yeah, when he's like, no, you loved her, it's like, that's insane. Just fucking kill her, man. She's gone. Yeah. She is gone. They take her out to bury her, right? Presumably now they believe she's not going to do any more damage. Why are they going out? Just wait.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point of burying her right away?
It's that thing. I think it's like, it's our friend. We need to bury her.
Yeah, but just do it in the morning. Move her into another room.
I know, but I wouldn't want to be in the same building as my dead friend who I just chopped up.
Would you also then, while all these demons are possessing, want to go out at night to bury her?
If we're in that situation, we don't know how it works. We've just seen our friends get possessed.
But Logic dictates you wait till daytime. Daytime.
Yeah. No, I agree. But we're saying it's knowing how it works.
Yeah.
So, Demon Cheryl just starts taunting Ashley.
She's gone real bad, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's gone.
So then Ashley goes to check on Linda.
That animation is so fucking funny.
The stop motion of it.
Yeah, the stop motion on her wound, where it like slowly jumps out of the black, it made me laugh so much.
But at the same time, for its budget and at the time, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's just the second I got Doctor Who 80s in my head, it just everything became funny to me.
Oh, here's the thing. This movie isn't scary, but I admire just how good it is for practical effects.
Again, it's just very Doctor Who.
Fair enough.
They worked on a shitty budget as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the giggling is creepy. You know how I feel about this.
Oh, when I first saw this movie, this is the moment I was actually like, yeah, this is scary. Because it's the thing is, Demon Linda is just standing there.
Yeah.
Is this clown makeup?
What? Yeah. What? There's no consistency in the. That's why I thought. I think that's probably in my head. I hadn't even considered why I thought it. But maybe the reason I think they're different is because they have different faces. Like when they get possessed.
Yeah. Like, it's the same. It's the same in every movie. There's just like no consistency to how they were, but I love that. So as Ash is just there, like going, "Oh fuck, what do I do with my demon girlfriend?"
Yeah.
Singing, "We're gonna get you, we're gonna get you."
Oh man, and like doing it in a kid's voice. You know how I feel about kids' voices coming out of adults. Fucking creeps me out.
I know. But then Scotty just jumps out of the darkness, like he did in the cellar. So it's like a nice callback.
Yeah.
And his bow is just sticking out of his arm. He's like, the trees, they won't let us leave.
So this is where I said Scott's injured, and by the logic of the rest of the movie, that means he's going to get possessed, right?
Yes.
Because it feels like either severe physical or mental trauma is what lets them in.
So the way I've always seen it is because there's been moments in movies where they get injured, but it hasn't been by a demon. Like it's been like knocked down and got a head injury or whatever. They're fine. It needs to be done by the demon.
Okay. To pass it on.
That's how I've always seen it. There's no rules for it, so they play around with that in other movies. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but they do it in a really unique way in Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
Actually, really fun way, but that's not here.
I said here, obviously all the women are the first to be possessed because it's the fucking 80s.
Yeah. My favorite thing is when Linda's just there laughing, he just slaps her.
Yeah. Like multiple times, doesn't he? Mate, Ash slaps, I've written here, Ash slaps the absolute shit out of Linda. It doesn't work and she still keeps laughing.
So he just drags her outside.
And Cheryl's still like repeating everything like a kid as well. Oh. I think have I mentioned it on the podcast before? My least favourite thing in the world at the minute. It's been ongoing for years.
Is it the Haribo ad?
The fucking Haribo adverts.
You mentioned in the Iceland Kills episode, yeah.
Them. I hate the Haribo adverts. They're so rough.
But yeah, so Ash just drags her outside and just leaves her there.
Yeah, you stay here.
But then he goes inside and sees Scotty is dead, and obviously Linda's laughing about that.
Yeah.
And so Linda stabs Ash and just licks the knife.
So which is the bit where she's like, hang on, I've got a note here. She's like unpossessed for a minute, Linda. She like goes back to normal and it's like trying to trick him. It's when he says the line and this is...
Oh yeah, after he slaps her, she transforms back to normal, and then Cheryl does too. And she goes, I'm fine now, you can let me out.
Oh man.
That's what I mean, it's fucking with him.
I said here, like, I knew they're lying.
They play with that well in the remake.
This is around the time where Cheryl, it's revealed the sister line. I was like, oh, Cheryl's Ash's sister.
Yeah.
Like, this far into the movie, that's the first line. There's a line here that I think... Don't get me wrong. In and of itself, the line is fine, but Bruce Campbell delivers it so fucking badly.
What's the line?
It's the line, oh, you bastards, why are you torturing me like this? Why? It's like, that's... I mean, not quite as bad, but there's approaching Tommy Wiseau levels of line delivery right there.
See, I love it when Bruce Campbell does it like that, because I've just grown up with so much Bruce Campbell that I watch and go, you know what, I accept it. He has a certain type of line delivery that works for him. But also, this movie wasn't really written for Bruce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, later movies will play to his strengths more.
Yeah, the cheesiness.
Yeah.
I like when Ash starts speaking to Scott and he's not realised he's dead yet.
I know, so sad.
Yeah, it's like, hey, bud. Oh, shit.
But it's when Linda's attacking Ash, Ash accidentally knocks Scotty off the sofa.
Yeah, and doesn't Cheryl grab his foot as well and he trips?
Yeah.
And he knocks Scotty clean off the sofa.
Yeah.
And I looked away to make a note and looked up and then Scotty was on the floor. I had to rewind it. I was like, how did he get on the floor? Oh, it was Ash.
And then Linda gets knocked onto some wood and spits out fluids.
Come everywhere.
Come everywhere. So he goes, alright, I'm going to cut her up in the tool shed. They use a real chainsaw in that scene.
Really?
Yeah, so during the scene where Ash is about to cut up his girlfriend with a chainsaw, Bruce Campbell actually had to use a real chainsaw and hold up to the actress' chest. You can see on the close-up of Linda's neck, looking at the necklace, that her pulse is racing.
Yeah, of course it fucking is.
Fun fact as well, the knife that Linda was using to stab Bruce with,
Yeah.
real knife. And because she's blind, she couldn't see what she was doing.
Oh,
So he actually had to dodge them.
Fucking hell.
I know.
When he pushes her onto the skull sword as well.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal. When he like angles it behind her own back and shoves her over.
Yeah.
And it comes through the chest. Oh man.
So he attempts to bury Linda as well. And they do the callback to Ash pretending to be asleep because now she pretends to be asleep.
Oh yeah, she's like watching him. Yeah, that's a clever bit of structural work there.
She just like starts slicing up his leg. And he decapitates her with the fucking shovel.
Yeah, full on takes her head off. I've got a question about earlier actually.
Yeah.
So you know when he's chained her to the thing and he's trying to chop her up, right?
Yeah.
She goes back to normal, her face.
Yes.
I said, if she gets unpossessed, you're gonna have to tell me if there's a
Sure.
if they can actually be unpossessed. She's got a wound through her chest. Will she just die because she no longer is in demon?
So, again, they play fast and loose with the rules of this. So in this movie, there is no unpossession. In other movies, there are. But the rules to do it, again, flip-flop. We will see that in 2, and we will see that in the remake.
Okay. Well, then my other point is, he can see now that she doesn't have demon face, right? Thinks she's dead. He then goes to bury her.
Yeah.
Does he not cross his mind at any point that she's a regular girl now being buried? The police are going to think it's fucking him.
But at the same time, he has already been tricked once before.
This is true. This is true.
That's the thing. My favourite thing is when he already decapitates her, the body's still trying to choke him.
Yeah. Yeah, the body's still on the move.
Yeah, it's like a headless chicken.
One thing I'll say about the head effect. So when the head's like on the ground, you can see where her shoulders are.
Yeah.
Because the soil's like moving. So funny.
Gets back to the cabin and Cheryl is loose. He gets a good shoulder shot on her with the shotgun.
Yeah, what I like about this is like he keeps aiming around things. It's like she's not going to be there. That's not where she's going to definitely jump out the window.
Yeah. It's like a Muppet sometimes.
When he's like, go and get the shotgun shells. Like, yeah, get some shotgun shells for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
He has to go back into the cylinder. The cylinder gets filled up with blood. And the way he just gets tormented in there, it's so good.
When he falls down the stairs, was that meant to happen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It looked like a fucking fuck up that they left in.
No, it was intentional. I just love like the light bulb gets filled with blood, so then the whole room gets red.
Always a bit
then
carried,
the
isn't it?
projector turns on, and then the blood drips onto that.
What do you think of that projector bit?
I loved it.
The idea is amazing, right?
Yeah.
But the blood on the lamp is not what's happening on the screen.
No, it's
It's
not.
like pooling at the bottom, and then on the screen it's like dripping down.
So
Surely they could have made that work.
So my rule of continuity in movies is, as long as like, it's not something too over, like an additional character being added in or something like that, it's fine.
No, it's fine. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's something that, in attention to detail today, wouldn't happen. Because to get around that, he could have just shown one drip landing on the lens and then never showed the lens again.
No, I agree, but at the same time, it's like, I like it. I like the execution. And also, it's just a cool way to, like, show how
Don't get me wrong. The idea is very cool. I didn't like the execution.
Oh, I loved the execution, because I just like seeing Bruce Campbell getting tormented. So also then the clock starts spinning out of control, and then Ash gets scared of the POV, because the demon starts chasing him, the POV shot.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like...
Can you just feel the presence?
it's like, can he see the demon? Because they do this again in Evil Dead 2.
The weird upside down shot, that really reminds me of another, like, uni thing to do.
Sam does... Well, he does it a lot in Spider-Man movies as well.
Although, that's done with a big rig and a proper thing.
Yeah. But it's impressive to do just literally just with your mates.
Yeah. For what he's done it on, he has produced content.
I love how when he puts his hand to the mirror, it turns into water.
How did he know to do that?
Again,
It's like the demon chasing him. How did he know?
I guess he's just freaked out. Like, is this me? This actually happened. So then, after all that,
Fires off a couple of rounds.
yeah, Rochelle busting through the door, gets her in the cheek.
Yes, full on.
Yeah, and then Scotty rises from the dead. So that shot of Scott rising, that is a visual callback to the original film Within the Woods, which is the final shot of the movie, which is the main girl.
Oh yeah.
The actress Rachel, she was the main girl in that. She's dead. Well, she's crying in the corner after killing all her friends, and Demon Bruce Campbell pops up, and that's how the movie ends. It's shot exactly the same way.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a nice visual callback to that.
I enjoy the eye ketchup.
Oh yeah, the gouging the eye out.
The amount, the blood looks so thick.
Yeah.
Did they use ketchup? Because that really looks like ketchup.
No, it was made of cornstarch apparently.
Oh, cornstarch is thick as hell. Yeah.
But I just love how he just stabs Scotty with wood and then unplugs him, and there's like pools of blood comes out the tiny hole.
That comes out like a fucking water main.
I know.
That comes out like a water main has burst in the fucking in the sewer. At this point, we come back to Cheryl as well, and she's fucked. She's like, it's gone full now. She's gone.
Yeah, she's like full demon possessed, and so then he has to use the necklace as a hook to get the book to throw into the fire.
Ash is shit at lasso.
I mean, he is getting stabbed up. He does it, and then
I said here, the book is the key. Burn that bitch.
well, I think so. As like they get killed, they drop the fire poker literally right next to his head.
Oh mate, fire pokers are fucking heavy as well, man.
And again, that's a real fire poker.
Did they not do it by reversing it?
No, this is not how Sam Raimi works.
So for some of the real clever stuff that he does, such a simple technique for stuff like that is to tie fishing wire around it and reverse it.
Yeah.
But no, all right, fine.
No, because Bruce can take the punishment, which is not a joke. That's literally how they treat it.
Poor Bruce.
Oh no, Bruce is fine. He gets paid. He got paid well for it. So I love the stop motion decomposition.
So I thought this. So when the book started burning, I was like, will do all these people now die, or do they get again? I had this idea that they could become unpossessed. Obviously, that's not the case. They all just die.
They die.
And I was like, oh, so the book itself is in control.
So I've always seen it as the book is like the
like the conduit.
Yeah, the conduit of everything.
Okay.
It raises them, so if you destroy the demon's power. But unfortunately, because the demons possess the bodies, like the souls are gone.
Yeah.
Because the way they say in other movies, like once they possess, the souls are in hell.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's a line in Evil Dead Rise, which is literally when the main person gets possessed, they go mummies with the maggots now, implying that she's dead.
The substance they use for the body's decomposing is weird.
It's
like powder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's powder, but it looks so cool. I love it because again, shot on a very tiny budget. The day is saved and the sun rises.
Whoa! Are we going to skip over the fact they've got giant hands in them?
No.
What is that?
Again, this is just Sam like going, I have ideas.
Okay, he just wanted it to look cool.
Yeah. Again, they were probably high while filming.
Why does Bruce, poor Bruce, sorry, he's covered in gunk and blood.
Yeah.
And for some reason, have you ever watched the young ones?
No.
Probably not. It's bottom tangential, we'll do it. We'll cover it.
Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah, there's a scene in that where they're covered in gunk and shit. It really, I don't know what it is, just the consistency looks the same. And yeah, we'll talk about it with the young ones as well, but it's obviously a very 80s produced level of gunk.
It's not like in the gunk in this movie, but like the next movie.
Yeah, very Ghostbusters. The clock's fucking working now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun rises, but the demon's not done with him. Literally lifts up, kicks down all the doors,
Yes,
and goes right into Bruce. And that's when the movie ends.
Yeah, through the house, doesn't it? It goes all the way through.
Yeah, all the way through the house. Literally kicking down all the doors.
So before that happened, I was like, so all their families are going to want to know where they are, and Bruce is definitely getting arrested.
So they follow this up in the Evil Dead.
I have a feeling they must do. Yeah.
Not in the movies, in Ash vs Evil Dead.
Okay.
They follow it up. He's called Ashy Slashy, and he's considered a serial killer. And he becomes a pariah in his hometown.
Yeah. I feel like, obviously, this is probably pre what I'm trying to think of. That's definitely been done before, where people think, because of a horror movie, I think, did Scream do it?
Scream, what they do is they have the real serial killer and then they make movies out of it. In universe movies. But no, in this, they follow it up. But
So I said, Ash is dead. I thought he survived. Because I knew of Ash vs Evil Dead.
So, we're going to follow it up in Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Because there's something fun about Evil Dead 2 that you're going to notice immediately when you watch it. But
I love the music at the end as well.
yeah, again, Sam Raimi just loves that, like, 60s stuff. It's
cool.
the style we grew up in.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it in the Spider-Man movies, because the Spider-Man movies are very inspired by the 60s run.
Yeah.
Which is why he didn't want to use Venom in Spider-Man 3.
That's why he made Venom emo.
Well, no, because he said, if I do Venom, I will do him poorly, because I know nothing about Venom. Because Venom was a 90s character.
Yeah.
He said, I know nothing about him, I will do him badly. But the studio's like, you're going to put Venom in.
Yeah, they love Venom.
So, I've spoken about the budget and how it was a dream. Do you want to guess what it was?
$17.
It's estimated between 350 and 400,000. And that was just through crowdfunding.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for that. I like the idea of crowdfunding in the late 70s.
Well, when I say crowdfunding, I mean begging their friends and family for money. I think Bruce mortgaged his house.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was basically like their own money put into this.
Fair.
The box office. Do you want to have a guess?
No, it's always either really good or really bad. Something crazy like 20 million.
So, domestically, 2,400,000.
Okay, so they made their money back there.
Overseas,
Yeah.
29 million.
God dang.
It screened non-stop at the Prince Charles Cinema. It was the premiere location for it.
I love the Prince Charles Cinema. I've seen the room there several times.
It's my favourite cinema. I saw Evil Dead Rise there with a Q&A with the director. My mate got given a beer from it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your pictures often on your Instagram from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to go throw spoons around. And
The spoons at Leicester Square, are you insane?
what? No.
Oh, sorry.
Spoons in the room. We're going to do the room at some point.
I feel like that needs to be like a group one because...
Bring it to people who have never seen it
exactly.
before. I took two of my friends years ago.
Yeah.
And neither of them had seen it. And they were both like, what the fuck is this?
It's amazing.
They had no idea what was going on.
And also, what do you think the Rotten Tomato score was?
80 something?
85.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
Your personal preference on it.
Didn't love it.
You didn't love it?
Well, no, okay. It's not fair to it because, one, it's not my kind of thing.
Yeah.
Straight up, it's not my kind of thing.
Fair.
The second thing it had against it for me, I love Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
But I do not like the old ones. And the second it opened with that sweeping shot over the thing, it was literally like, there's like a handful of Doctor Who episodes that start like this. I probably watched... I really wanted to like old Doctor Who, right? So I tried to maybe watch like 10 of the episodes.
Fair enough.
And a couple of them did start with sweeping shot and this and that. And obviously it's set in Britain in the fucking 70s and 80s. So it's all grey, which that has like a grey essence to it. And so from the bat, I already had this, it's like old Doctor Who, and I don't really like old Doctor Who.
Fair enough.
And I managed to watch it all, like I said, in 2 sittings. And I would have watched it in 1, but I had to go off my break and do something.
Exactly, yeah.
It wasn't, I didn't hate it.
Yes.
But I just didn't love it.
I get that. So, here's an interesting thing about this movie, because it's a very, like... I would say it's a polarizing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it first came out in the 80s, there was 81, nothing like this.
Mm-hmm.
It got labelled a video nasty because of the tree scene.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even specify what happened.
Imagine if you bought that as porn and you'd be well disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Because of that scene. Actually, fun facts about the movie. So, who plays Xena, Warrior Princess? Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless.
She's in Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Okay.
The TV series. But she publicly stated in an interview while doing the show, yeah, I walked out of the original Evil Dead when that scene came out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So even she admitted, yeah, it's tasteless. Everyone who's watched on that movie has agreed. Bad.
Yeah.
But I think it develops as a cult following just because of what the later movies become.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, you have to watch this. And I think people grew an appreciation of it, of what it started, and basically on how cheaply it was made, and how you just see what started off as a film by a bunch of friends now becoming this big name in the horror world.
I presume, and obviously we haven't got there yet, I presume Evil Dead 2 is got a bigger budget and is better produced.
Yes, much better.
Because I think if this was standalone and they never followed it up, it wouldn't... I don't know if it would have gone down as a classic.
No, I don't think it would either. I have not hidden it. Evil Dead 2 is my favourite movie of all time. It does everything that this movie does, bigger and better.
Yeah.
And then Army of Darkness does its own thing.
Do you think Sam Raimi, wanted to almost start the idea again with Evil Dead 2 with a bigger budget and with the stuff that he could do knowing he had money to do it?
It does feel that way.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention that because the way... I would say the first 30 minutes go of Evil Dead 2, you're going to notice it, and I'm not going to detail why it happens until we watch the episode.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically Evil Dead 1 all over again.
Okay.
There's a legal reason to why they had to do it.
All right, I'm looking forward to hearing that then. You know me, I always love the legal breakdowns we have to go into.
That's all it is. That's all I can say because it's very fascinating. But that's the future.
You say that, Tim. We've got a little plan.
We have.
This current episode you are listening to now, Evil Dead, is episode 18.
Yes.
Next, in 2 weeks, we you've been listening to 18 episodes, you know the structure. Next week is my turn to show Tim something. The week after that, the 2 weeks after that is episode 20. This feels special to us.
It does.
You know, when we had this idea, I think we both attempted podcasts before. I didn't get past episode 3. I think you said about 6 or 7.
No, episode 2.
2. Well, there you go. You know, we're really pleased with the content we put out. We understand that our first 2 episodes
did not sound good.
Didn't sound good, but we really loved that people said, okay, the sound quality is rubbish, but the content's nice. And we appreciate that. And we've come this far now, and we'd like to think that all of them have sounded a lot better. We had some radio interference on one. Tim sitting too far away from the mic on another.
Somehow, I mean...
But in general, I think we've come a long way. I think we like what we produce, and we kind of want to celebrate. So we're going to change the format a little bit. We're not going to tell you now, though. Just for one episode, we're going to do something special. Episode 20. But that does put a little halt on your Evil Dead series.
It does.
But that will only push back one episode, because I know at the minute odd numbers are mine, even numbers are yours. We're swapping. After 20, you're going to be episode 21, and then I'll follow that afterwards.
21, Blackjack.
Hey, so Evil Dead 2.
And Army of Darkness.
And Army of Darkness will be episode 21. But just to clear that up. So, Timothy, next time, I'm actually going to go... I've gone to the past quite a lot. I've done the 70s, I've done the 90s...
I did the 80s.
You did do the 80s. We've done some British stuff. I want to go hyper recent. Apple TV. Great show starring Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, Kristen Miller from Scrubs.
Oh.
Shrinking on Apple TV. Obviously won't go into what it's about, but it is co-created by Bill Lawrence, Scrubs, which is why his wife Kristen Miller's in it, and Brett Goldstein.
Oh.
Who is currently doing very well in Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Playing Roy Kent.
Yes.
Have you watched Ted Lasso yet?
No.
I've been considering Ted Lasso for this, and I don't know how to approach it, because there's like 3 seasons of it now. 4 seasons? 3?
3 seasons. And it's his final one as well.
It's the final one. Last episode, time of recording is tomorrow, I believe.
Yes.
Going out. Need to watch last week's one still. Might have to do a double bill tomorrow. I'm not sure how to approach that yet, because there's so much of it and I love it and I want to do it all. Maybe we do that a few times over.
Yeah.
But yes, Shrinking. It's on Apple TV Plus, starring Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. We're going to do 3 episodes.
Cool.
Coin Flip, which is episode 1. Episode 2, Fortress of Solitude. Episode 3, 15 minutes. Ironically, that episode is 30 minutes long. As is the second. First one's 40 minutes. We're gonna go for 3. Serialized.
That works, yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to talking about it, because it's one of my, like, you know when you find something new and you're like, especially we cleared up Ted Lasso to the point where we were up to date with it, and we really wanted something to kind of keep that feeling going.
Yeah.
Really funny, really lovely, really jovial, but also a hint of like drama.
Yes.
Shrinking filled that gap so well, and I cannot wait to talk about it.
Oh, because I did that with my depression when Better Call Saul finished. I went straight to Barry.
I can see that.
And Barry literally finished 2 nights ago, and I'm still not over it.
You know what you have got to watch? You haven't watched All Aboard to Death.
No, I haven't.
We compared them. Watch All Aboard to Death.
I will.
But before that, watch Shrinking. Cool.
Just come back for the next episode. Did you watch Shrinking? No, I watched more Bored to Death.
God damn it, Tim. I've got no notes on the rest of Bored to Death. Right. I'm Bobby Davis. You can find me on Instagram at bdavis_creative, where you will find all my graphics work, mostly for Purpose Wrestling, the wrestling company that I co-run with my friend David Francisco, which you can also find at Purpose Wrestling everywhere, except on Twitter, where they are at WrestlePurpose, and youtube.com/Purpose Wrestling. Loads of free wrestling matches, and you get to hear more of me.
Don't forget to plug the Patreon.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Purpose Wrestling, I believe, where you can watch all the full shows. £4 a month. Well worth. $3.99 a month. Save you a penny. Well worth it. Full shows. Full 14 are we up to? 13 or 14? Full live wrestling shows.
You're asking me next, I filmed most of them, but...
You did. All but one. All but one.
2.
Did you miss it? Oh, you missed the SCS one.
I missed one because of COVID, and then the other one because I came back literally from holiday that morning.
Yes, you did.
At the Tim Martini on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just mainly follow the Instagram because all I do is post dumb stuff on there. Literally just
About the Prince Charles Cinema, mostly.
about the Prince Charles Cinema, about life, because I don't take it seriously on there, guys. And if you want to,
I'm glad Blink-182 rubbed off on you so much.
oh yeah. And if you want to follow the podcast, it's at CC Society Pod on Instagram and TikTok. I make reels on there. Please,
They're really
them.
good. We haven't spoken about this. They're really good. I do want to do some when I've got a bit more time on my hands. I do want to go back and do some content for previous episodes. I want to talk about the Mighty Ducks some more. And let people listening let us know what you want us to talk about. We've got some other. We want to go back and revisit some stuff.
We need to go revisit the Mighty Ducks soon because Game Changers is going to be leaving Disney Plus.
It is, yeah, it is.
You got to do it quick.
Maybe Game Changers will just be a wrap up, but there's some other stuff I could talk about the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to send us an email, it's ccsocietypod@gmail.com. But that's all for today. I've been Tim Martini.
You have been Tim Martini.
And you have been?
Yeah, me. I'm Bobby Davis.
Thanks
for listening, guys. See you later. Bye.